Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. ABM Vandal arrested, police searching for a second suspect. One of two men who vandalized an automated banking machine ABM in Braunston, St. Anne, early Friday morning, has been arrested. The suspect was arrested Friday afternoon during a police operation. He is facing a charge of malicious destruction of property after the glass door at the bank was damaged. It's reported that sometime after 2 a.m., the police received reports that two men were trying to throw stones at the National Commercial Bank NCB branch in Brownstown. The first panel glass at the entrance of the building was shattered by the vandals. During further checks, it was observed that the touch panel of the automated banking machine was also smashed by the men. The incident was captured on CCTV cameras. The cops are searching for the second suspect. Another motorcyclist dies in Ballas Valley, St. Elizabeth. An 18-year-old man died in a collision on the Ballas Valley Main Road in St. Elizabeth Friday night. According to the police, about 11:30, Jay Sr. was driving a motorcycle when he overtook a vehicle and collided with a Honda CR-V traveling in the opposite lane. Mr. Sr. received severe head injuries. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Reporters were informed that Mr. Senior's stepfather, 45-year-old Odin Swiby, died at the same spot 1 week ago after he collided with another motorcyclist. Principal blasted state agencies as Little Sunshine laid to rest. During a tearful funeral for 8-year-old Venice Sunshine Burke, whose murder still remains a mystery, the principal of the school she attended blasted agents of the state for how the case is being handled. The young girl, who lived in Comfort Castle, Portland, was found unresponsive at her stepfather's house on Friday, September 22, 2023. There was a bag over her face. She was taken to the Port Antonio Hospital where she was pronounced dead. She was laid to rest on Sunday. At the Comfort Castle Seventh-day Adventist Church, mourners wept bitterly and others, with tear-filled eyes, gave tributes in song and speech. Principal Dalmain Moore spoke at the last time he saw the child. He also lamented that he described as a lack of response from the Ministry of Education and Youth, as well as the Child Development Agency and the Child Protection and Family Service Agency. I was hopeful that the post-mortem would have identified something so that at least as a family we could find closure, but it returned inconclusive. I realize yet again we have been failed by the agents of the state. In addition to the other agencies that we have, like the CDA, CPFSA, CISOCA, I have never seen any representative of any of those organizations who are brand named to protect the children of this country, he said. He added, I have never seen any of them coming up to offer support or even to investigate. Venice was not living by herself, and so I wonder about the level of investigation that went into this matter. I am also concerned about the level of investigation from the Ministry of Education. I can recall clearly that there was another incident of another 8-year-old child in St. Anne that got the level of attention, and it begs the question, is it because of the local while we're being treated this way? He encouraged parents to keep a close eye on their children. Marcia Hamilton, one of the young girl's teachers, explained why she was called Sunshine. She described her as happy, loving child with a loving, radiant personality, which exudes joy and cheerfulness evidenced by her radiant smile, which epitomized a sunflower in bloom. A bouquet of sunflowers was presented to the child's weeping mother, Janice Berry, and students sang You Are My Sunshine in honor of their late schoolmate as teachers joined in. JLP not afraid of calling local government poll, says Chang. As the local government polls draw closer and the war of words between the Jamaica's two main political parties intensifies, Jamaica Labour Party General Secretary Dr. Horace Chang has sit back at the People's National Parties, claimed that the Prime Minister is afraid to go ahead with the opposition in the local government election. Dr. Chang expressed confidence that the JLP will maintain its dominance in the upcoming polls. The JLP has 9 of the 14 parishes. The Jamaica Labour Party General Secretary maintained that the party has no fear to take on the polls in its bid for a third consecutive term. There is no fear in the Jamaica Labour Party, but political parties evaluate a political situation and decide when in our system of democracy when it's appropriate to call an election, he asserted. Dr. Chang, who is a member of Parliament for Northern St. James, also sought to undermine the People's National Party recent claim on the parish of St. James. During a tour of the parish, PNP President Mark Golden confidently declared that St. James will return to the PNP. But Dr. Chang said the PNP has no impact in St. James, adding that Mr. Golden's comment was straight platform exuberance. The JLP General Secretary was a guest Friday on the morning agenda on Power 106. PM Holness said he is satisfied the JCF leadership understands and accepts institutions' role in protecting human rights of citizens. Prime Minister Andrew Holness said he is satisfied that the leadership of the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF understands and accepts the institution's role in protecting the human rights of citizens. Mr. Holness, who was speaking at a recent virtual forum, was responding to questions about what is being done to ensure members of the constabulary are trained to consider human rights while conducting their protective duties. There have been recent incidents where interactions between cops and citizens have raised human rights concerns. The Prime Minister acknowledged that the human rights issue has become a significant area of unease, but that massive investment have been made especially in the area of training to improve the JCF. He said human rights is a discrete subject in the training of the police. He noted, however, that over time, the JCF's leadership will ensure that its members provide quality service to citizens.
The JCF of today is a totally different JCF of 10 years ago. It is a whole different JCF. The transition has not been an easy one. It has meant that the government has had to make massive investments in the JCF, which includes their training. Human rights is now a discrete subject in the training of the JCF. I'm not saying the JCF is perfect, but the JCF, it is on its way, right? Because the leadership of the force accepts this, that this is an important part of a professional security force. And I'm saying human rights in its broadest sense, to protect the vulnerable, to ensure that diversity is protected, to ensure that we appreciate the mental health of the people that we're dealing with. So at the level of the leadership of the force, I'm satisfied. Now, it's a 12,000, 13,000 force. Some of them come from an era where this was not the case. The new ones come from the society where these things may not be the case, but the institution is becoming stronger, and the institution will ensure that there is that quality of service delivery.
McKenzie stamps human rights groups for ignoring the plight of the homeless. Minister of Local Government and Community Desmond McKenzie has stamped local human rights organizations for their failure to speak out against attacks on the island's homeless population. Speaking at the opening of a drop-in night shelter at the Clarendon Infirmary on Friday, McKenzie noted that the homeless population is at significant risk and was increasingly becoming the target of criminals. It is a sad day when a country turns onto the homeless population in a way in which some of these criminals have, stated McKenzie. And you know what is sad about it? I don't hear one of these so-called human rights groups coming out and condemning these actions. I don't hear anybody talking about how brutal and how wicked these people are against the homeless of this country, added McKenzie. McKenzie said he has also noted the concerns expressed by rural constituents about the influx of street people in rural parishes and towns, namely in Clarendon and the town of Santa Cruz in St. Elizabeth. The minister, while pointing out that steps are being taken to address the problem, urged the private sector to partner with the government to provide for the poor and destitute. He used the occasion to reiterate his promise that a drop-in night shelter would be established for the homeless in every parish. Jamaica has a homeless population of over 3,000, with approximately 80% of them being men. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell